I have a heart condition where deposits build up along the walls of the arteries of my heart, causing the flow of blood to be restricted or blocked. My heart is no longer working at its true capacity. It affects how I perform the simplest of activities. About 5 years ago, my heart sent me a very clear message. It could no longer do what it was asked to do at limited capacity. This required that I have invasive, open heart surgery to correct the problem. Veins were taken from my leg and placed in the heart to bypass the blockages. After the surgery, blood was able to flow freely through the entire heart. Soon, the capacity of my heart to do what it was designed to do was increasing. After that, I needed to discipline myself in order for my heart to maintain this level of performance. I changed my diet, eliminating fatty foods, salt and sugar. I exercised every day so that the heart muscle would get stronger. I practiced stress management techniques. My cardiologist told me that if I continued to do what I was doing, he would see me again in 25 years. However, there was a warning. If I did not do what was necessary for my heart to work to its true capacity, that I could be placing my life in danger. While the first few years went very well, my heart was again working towards its true capacity. But very slowly, my regular discipline became less regular. Even though I was eating better, I started eating foods that were less healthy. I exercised, but not daily, perhaps once a week. Without noticing, my weight began to creep upwards. I found my breathing more difficult when I exerted myself. After having a physical examination, I was surprised to receive a call from the doctor telling me that more blockages were detected. My heart was far from reaching its true capacity. Another operation was required. 3 stents were placed in the heart to open the blocked arteries. Once again, I am faced with the decision. Do I follow the disciplines, or do I make another appointment in 5 years to correct the problem? That is, if I make it that far. So in light of these potential outcomes, I am again disciplining myself. I am on an even stricter diet and I exercise more. I am more determined this time. 1 year later, I feel my heart wanting to keep testing its capacity to give even more. Section 163.9 of our Doctrine and Covenants calls the church to give generously to your true capacity. This is a difficult concept to understand, especially when other denominations provide formulae and percentages to calculate giving. But as with my heart, our capacity to give is limitless, as long as we practice the necessary disciplines that allow this process to evolve. Our true capacity to share our financial resources, our gifts, and our time keeps changing and growing as our relationship with a generous God continues to grow. How do we do that? In section 163.6, the priesthood is provided with a way to expand their capacity to give and receive. Because priesthood is called out of the membership to perform specific responsibilities, and the highest office of the church is that of member, then I suppose that this applies to all of us. It says, the expectation of priesthood and member to continue to magnify your calling through spiritual growth, study, exemplary generosity, and ethical choices, and fully accountable service is always present. How can the Spirit fill vessels that are unwilling to expand their capacity to receive and give to a full measure of God's grace and truth? The disciplines provided in this counsel, if followed, provide what we need to understand this concept to expand our capacity to give. Just like my heart needs daily nourishment and exercise, we all need to exercise our discipleship every day. This involves spiritual growth through prayer, study, and meditation, but also fully accountable service and by simply being generous. Our capacity to give keeps growing, our capacity to serve keeps growing, and our capacity to receive God's generosity grows in tandem with our capacity to give. And every member around the world at any age can participate. We all have a capacity for generosity. Each member of Community of Christ can give to the mission of Christ according to your true capacity. Your level of income does not matter. What matters is that you take time every day to develop your relationship with a loving God and with God's people. Soon you will discover that you are serving and giving to even greater levels. Friends, let us pledge to take the time every day to be present with a loving God and with God's people. Let us pledge to allow our capacity to serve and to give grow. Let us allow God's loving Spirit to help us discover our true capacity. And let us rejoice where it will take us. Your heart will thank you.